Granada by Radwa Ashur is the first of a trilogy of books that follows the lives of various members of the Abu Jafar family and household in Granada, while the Spanish conquer the town and begin suppressing the Arabic culture present. As the story progresses, the rules placed on Granada by Spain become more and more harsh, and the punishments for breaking them, which can include torture and execution, become more and more common. As a result, the family is forced to publicly convert to Christianity and to renounce their former cultural practices. However, through saving large sections of their family library and continuing their cultural traditions in their own private lives, they refuse to be fully transformed from Andalusians into Spanish Christians. However, this does not stop the cultural oppression from striking their family, as the novel ends with Salima, the granddaughter of Abu Jafar, being arrested by the Inquisition on suspicion of being a witch and executed. The remaining two novels in the trilogy continue the story of Abu Jafar's family and how they react to the still increasing repression from the Castilians. While the family endures many more tragedies, through their efforts to preserve their culture, they maintain a strained but real continuity between the culture of Granada and Abu Jafar's descendants 5 generations later. Granada is already a valuable novel series because of its spreading awareness of the Spanish conquest and subjugation of Al-Andalus. This continuity adds another source of value to Granada as a work of literature through how it can be applied to contemporary situations like what occurred in Andalus. As shown in the article Radwa Ashur's Granada trilogy is a deconstructed text, there are widespread parallels between Al-Andalus and Palestine, including the occupation by a dominant culture in both of them, as well as the dominant culture suppressing the local culture, and exile, which in Palestine's case includes the Nakba, which happened briefly after Israel was formed. Through these similarities, Granada serves as a source of hope for not just the culture of Al-Andalus, but also for Palestine and any number of other examples of cultures being colonized, providing them a model for how their cultures will be able to survive. The Morocco portrayed in Adios, Carmen provides a visual example of the colonial influences present in the country. While the film is mostly written in Tamazight, the colonial languages of French and Spanish continue to play a wide role in the country, including in official contexts like the newsreels shown in the movie theater. Western-style clothing is also very common in the film. There is also widespread hostility shown towards Spain, as well as dismissive behavior from characters like Carmen's brother towards local Moroccans. The film also demonstrates the power of media, especially movies, to move and unify people. Strangers, both children and adults, feel comfortable enough at the movies to be visibly moved, often breaking into tears despite the public setting. The films themselves are from Bollywood and not locally made. Despite this, they succeed in captivating their audiences, especially Amar, the main character. The appeal demonstrated by Bollywood films in Adios, Carmen is similar in many ways to the gradual emergence of Arabic cinema discussed in class. Despite challenges in securing funding for successful films and overcoming colonial restrictions, Arabic films were in time able to generate a pan-Arabic audience and eventually an international one. Adios, Carmen is itself a demonstration of Moroccan culture and a triumph of the Moroccan film industry. While Arabic countries like Egypt were able to establish extensive film industries, Morocco's native film industry was far less developed. Before independence, not a single Moroccan film was shot by a native director, instead being dominated by French populations. This was in line with general colonial treatment of Morocco, where Arab culture and traditions were openly mocked in Moroccan media like its films, and children were forced to learn colonial languages like French or Spanish. Native films did not take off until after Morocco gained independence, and even afterwards the output was not massive. The success and praise directed towards Adios, Carmen certainly gave significant legitimacy to Moroccan films in the international sphere. The film was also the first to be released in Tamazight. This language is common in Morocco but is not often used in movies and other mediums, with Arabic being used instead. Through its inclusion of Tamazight, Adios, Carmen can promote Moroccan culture while simultaneously seeking to broaden what is viewed as Moroccan culture. This again shows the ability of films to promote social interest and transcend barriers. At the end of the film, there are hopeful signs despite the previous pessimism shown. Morocco succeeded in its dispute over Spanish Sahara with Spain, while Franco, Spain's fascist dictator, has died. Within the film, Morocco emerges as a nation that has succeeded in a dispute with its former colonizer, demonstrating its own agency as a sovereign nation. More importantly, Amar's life shows signs of improvement, including a developing interest in making his own films, continuing a legacy of Moroccan cultural works. Despite well-founded fears among these subjugated cultures of the erasure of their way of life, in every situation the cultures were able to persist. Their survival did not happen without significant cultural losses. or without new influences from the dominant cultures, but in every case it did still occur.